And hello, everybody. Welcome to Wasatch High School. For you Wasatch Wasps fans, this is high school girls basketball, Utah High School Athletic Association. The Wasatch Wasps, number 1 in Region 7 tonight, hosting the Dons of Spanish Fork. Brent Martindale here on StingTV with Corey Lang, the director of StingTV. And Corey, we got a big night. Not only is it a game that the Wasatch Wasps can win outright, the Region 7, but it's also senior night, which is also always kind of sad.
It is, especially with a group. Coaches always get attached to it, but, even as fans, we get attached to the players, the teams, and you're always like, how are we going to beat this year? And so it is, but it's a good way. Senior night's always fun. There's always a different kind of a feel and an energy and a vibe in the, and you right off that, and today's Valentine's Day.
We almost didn't have school today. For those watching may have known this, but we had a huge snowstorm over the last 24 hours. Went this morning. I have 14 inches on my front lawn and my driveway, and we thought they might cancel school, but Wasatch School District doesn't do that too often. So.
This is the first late start that I know of that I've had
in a long time. Yeah. So tonight, as we mentioned, Region 7, one of the big things in the news, Corey, is Salem Hills loses to Maple Mountain last week to put them at 2 losses in the region. Wasatch had a big victory the other night where they needed to do, and tonight, Spanish Fork. This win tonight for Wasatch High School will be an outright Region 7 championship. And that will be the first time an outright in quite a long time. I was actually trying to find that out from the athletic directors, and I couldn't figure that out. I don't know if I'm not sure when the last one was. And so I know last year Wasatch tied with Timpview, but Timpview won, I believe, in whatever the different rankings. And so this tonight would be an outright win of Region 7 with a victory over the Spanish Fork Dons. The Dons come in having a rough year. They are just looking at the region record, they are 0-11. They have not won a region game this season. They are 3-19 overall, and the Dons definitely having a tough season. The toughest I've seen. They're usually a strong team. What I would imagine tonight, Corey, is the worst thing that could possibly happen is Wasatch Lady Wasps overlooking this game in any way. This would be
and that's one of the dangers when you're bringing in a team like this is with a record like that. It's kind of a trap game in a little bit. You can kind of look over it, but being senior night. Yeah, I think helps because those seniors are going to play give everything they got.
Coach Audrey Hull has elected to start seniors. All seniors on the floor here tonight. A couple players that haven't played as much, and happy to see them. Taya Gakey on the floor as a starter, and Brooklyn Coberline a starter, as well as a couple of the regulars. I think also, I'm trying to say number 21, that's Chloe Homer as starters. And these girls, Corey, they've earned it. They have played hard. They have been the practice team, and it sounds terrible, but they have every day practiced against the number 2 team in the state. And they have the
hardest schedule.
Yes. And I was talking to a couple of players during the week. I tried to get some ideas from them, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. See, a moment ago, Spanish Fork with the first bucket of the night. That was Peyton Benke with her first 3. But the girls that talk about some of these players that don't get to play much, they really, really challenge them in practice. And Peyton Benke with the steal and coast-to-coast layup ties the game at 2. But, Corey, it's a tough thing. My daughter played on that Final Four team at BYU Volleyball a few years back, and they often said their practice scrimmages were some of the toughest games they had during
I
the
believe
year.
it. I
Because
believe
their
it.
bench was so strong. So you're looking at a group of strong players that have put their heart and soul into these Wasatch games and may not get the playing time that they want, but they have been very, very hardworking and a great group of girls. This is going to be a hard senior class to see go. Foul is going to be charged. Looks like they gave that to Peyton Benke at the line for the Dons is Addison William. Let's talk a little bit about the Dons. Spanish Fork Dons do have two players near 10-point average per game, two seniors, Eden Erickson and Camberlyn Starley. That's Starley at the line, and ball going to stay with Spanish Fork. And then another player averaging 6 points a game in Alexis Branch. Looking at their schedule, they have been beaten up just a little bit in the last few games. There's an inbound pass. Good.
Yeah, great.
Pretty
Kind
good.
of a mishap on Wasatch falling down, but still, you got to execute, and they did exactly that.
Kenzie Richens, the other guard. Drive pass down to Poverline. That's stolen. That's actually 2 turnovers by Wasatch here in the early going. Barely across the line there. I was almost passed back. Looking at and that shot no good. Poverline with the rebound. Wasatch finds themselves down. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Down 2-4. Homer's right there. Kicks it out to Richens. Peyton Benke went away from the three-pointer. Oberline's going to take a soft 10-footer. Good.
I was going to say, I hope they find them at the high post because they're giving that open at the high post in that 2-3 zone. Like, she just needs to get there, and then they got her the ball. And
has always had a very soft shot. Ball was stolen on the inbound pass by Richens. Richens always doing her thing. All the hustle points from this team. You're talking about a team loaded. Here's a couple more players coming in. That's going to be Cicely Clark, another senior, checking in. And Danny Garner. Coberline.
Oh, great pump fake.
Just hasn't knocked out her hands. Had a couple players off their feet. 4-4 here early in the first quarter. Wasatch Wasps hosting this Spanish Fork Dons team, as we mentioned, that has struggled just a little bit this year. Shot is no good. Offensive rebound goes to Spanish Fork. Nice little spin move there by Starley, but the rebound, Coberline.
Yeah, great step through. Just got to finish it. Both
Peyton
teams
Benke's
electing to go zone on defense coming out.
Three-pointer no good.
And Wasatch has been known to struggle a little bit against a zone.
Yeah, you're right.
And we've had some teams come in and put a full court pressure and some half-court trap stuff, and that really frustrated the Wasps, which is interesting because that's what they do so well. They're practicing it, but maybe they're not going against that caliber. But Spanish electing to go into a 2-3 to come out, and that so far it's worked for them. It's 4-4.
The score last time these two teams played, it was clear back January 3rd. Peyton Benke, the first three-pointer of the night for Benke. Benke averaging 14 points a game, one of the top three-point shooters in the state. That shot is blocked by Fili Aliava'a. The shot was a pump fake by Alexis Branch, but I don't believe she saw Aliava'a coming behind on that replay there. You could see that. Last time the Dons were under their own basket, they scored a quick bucket. Shot is up and good. That's Olivia Roberts, another senior on this Dons team. 6, 7 seniors on the roster for Spanish Fork. Corey, we got a little interesting discussion that Peyton Benke with another three-pointer down the pipe.
Why not? When you're hot.
Just like that, it's 10-6.
I would love to see him start drawing a couple things up for her. When you get a player, let's see if it's one of those nights, and
drive does not go in. It looked like it was just rimmed out. Back up the offensive board. No good. That was, again, Olivia Roberts. That's a couple of offensive boards she's had the last couple possessions. Knocked out of bounds by Roberts. Going to stay with Wasatch. We mentioned, Corey, big things. The new biennial, the 2-year classification change will begin next fall. Wasatch will stay in the 5A, but the word was the first vote is Wasatch was supposed to be in the 6A.
Yeah, the numbers were there. It was supposed to be there.
Pass down low by Leah Va'a. She finds Danny Garner. Garner gets her first bucket of the night.
Love the unselfish play.
Garner and the other back steal by Cicely Clark. Clark's going to take it all the way. Nobody stops her. Easy score, 14-6. It was just 4-4 a minute and a half ago.
Yeah, how quickly that changes.
Spanish Fork gets the shot off. Three-pointer, no good. Clark's going to get the ball off the front rim. A long pass by Leah Va'a. Looked like somebody thought it might be running a post instead.
But back to, you were talking about classifications. I think part of that consideration that they were taking in at keeping it at Wasatch at 5A is it's going to be a one-year deal.
Yep.
Then the schools will split. They'll have a new high school in the Valley. And so obviously the numbers are going to go in half.
Yeah.
And
somewhat.
It'll be close to. But
it may be a little off balance.
And I think that was especially the first year. I don't know, a lot of them don't take seniors to the new schools the first year. And
the word is, we got from the new principal, Ryan Bishop here, and this isn't official yet. He was giving us what he thought might happen is seniors would be given their choice, like you were saying, and you would imagine most would
what
probably
I've seen
want
historically, and all the seniors opt to stick to the school that they started and finish it out.
And of course, that would be the big thing with sports, is the new school, for that reason alone, might be smaller. But then eventually, over the 2 or 3 years, it's going to potentially even out, and both teams could be both in the 4A, or one could be 5A, one could be 4A, just depending on numbers.
See, that was a play drawn up just for Peyton on the 3. Spanish Fork defended it very well and got over that screen.
Leva'a took the little 11-footer. It was no good. Heavy pressure at the half court. That's Kate Miller, came into the game a few minutes ago as well. Another three-pointer, this time didn't hit anything. 1:46 left. They got another offensive board, the Dons, but could not convert. Fili Leva'a got the pass down again, a long pass. Danny Garner does a head fake, no good, and it ends up with the Dons. 14-6. Neither team has scored now in the last 2 minutes. Checking into the game for Wasatch is
Wasatch
Greenwell.
Really went on a tear for about 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
And then it's gone. Both sides have gone just cold. But
1:20 left here in the first quarter. Fili Leva'a, Kate Miller, and Peyton Banky are the 3 guards. Anna Greenwell just checked in a moment ago to be a post. Peyton Banky, three-pointer, in and out. Danny Garner comes down with the offensive board. Fili looked at they're going to show on the head fake, they're going to say she's traveled. Fili's really trying to figure that out. We don't have that on the replay, but that just seems so ticky-tack sometimes, how it's almost like a ref's thinking that's supposed to be a foul or a travel. Spanish Fork, heavy double team, stolen by Kate Miller. Peyton Banky down court. She's going to get the unassisted and a foul. Not a smart foul, and you can see foul's going to be charged to Addison William. You can see she was disappointed in herself. I think William thought maybe there was a chance she could knock the ball out on the right side. but instead got her arm, and Peyton Banky's going to shoot
Peyton's
for 4.
just so smart. Her basketball IQ is off the charts. And
Banky made the basket but missed the free throw. So it's 16-6. 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. Again, implications of this game tonight. If you're just joining us, a win by Wasatch gives them the outright Region 7 championship. We'll be repeating that throughout the evening. Before the shot, there was a foul. They're going to give it to, I thought they said 31. That would be Danny Garner.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I watched it happen. Danny had her hand straight up. She was putting, keeping her ground, initiating some body contact. Offensive player was kind of hooking, so I felt like a 50-50, no call. Ref, that we always see it a different way.
That shot is blocked by Danny Garner. 7 seconds left. Peyton Banky's going to go all the way to the bucket. She puts it up and in.
It's the Peyton show tonight.
Go out. Peyton Banky, last 4 points of the 30 seconds and 12 points in the first quarter. Holy smokes. We're going to take a break here. Thanks for joining us on StingTV. Wasatch up 18-6 going into the second quarter. We'll be right back after this.
Secret, she couldn't let it go. I'm sorry, lady, I should have let you know that I don't want up the more than a physical touch. If it's too much, maybe I can move along.
And welcome back to the Nest. Start of the second quarter. Wasatch, for the first 3 minutes of the first quarter, was either down or tied with Spanish Fork. After that, Corey, the last 5 minutes, Wasatch on a tear. Peyton Banky, the majority of that. Mahela Sparrow, 3 players on her. Stolen by Richens again. Richens has done that 3 times now.
Yeah, a little shove.
That time it looks like they're going to give it to Kate Miller.
Kate's such a competitor. I love her tenacity, and her strength is defense for sure.
Yeah.
And that was one of those ones that they had it and just lost it, and kind of frustration, little chippy foul. But
there's that double team right before the half court.
And this is what she's so good at, just harassing.
Just pester.
Yep.
Stolen by Sparrow. Greenwell gives it to Peyton Banky. And Wasatch will try to take advantage of the turnover. Down low to Sparrow, she's double teamed, up and in and out.
Great step away from the double team, turn the other way. I would like, if they're going to double and triple team, her to find those windows. And it's not 100% her job. Who's ever leaving, you've got to crash the basket and be known.
Great ball handling, great pass, teamwork. The Dons, it will pay off for them. That's a bucket and I noticed this earlier, we got number 20 on the floor for the Dons, but I don't have 20 on the roster, so we'll try to get that name for you later. We'll just call her number 20. She scores the bucket, but a couple of great passes and the foul. So number 20 will be at the line and hits it. First bucket, points for Spanish Fork since 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 18-9. Corey, what's Spanish Fork need to do at this point to keep this a game? Kate Miller with the three-pointer.
They've done it really well in this possession. keeping the ball outside and staying close to them. No open shots. They're doing really well, actually, on getting over screens and through and around screens. When the ball goes inside, I mean, they're playing pretty well. If you look and see what their scheme is, Wasatch just has gone on a tear with it.
Another steal by the three-quarter court.
So that's where they need
pressure. Miller can't put it in. Liava'a with the offensive wrestle on the rebound.
They've got to handle the pressure. That's the biggest thing that's separating the two teams at this point. The pressure that Wasatch is bringing on these traps and full court stuff has really created offense for Wasatch.
Sperridon with a little 6-foot jumper missed. Rebounded by Kate Miller. Miller tried to hit Greenwell below and it went out of bounds.
Here's that full court press.
Yeah, and they're trying to trap in the corners, right? Is that what you were saying? The ball's kicked. 27 seconds on the shot clock. How's that work? Will they put any time on the shot clock, or is that? I guess if it's under 25 and there's a kick, it goes back to 25 during the play. I think. We're still trying to get all these rules. They're changing them every year too.
Yeah, the kick one in the high school is different for me. I'm not sure.
Okay. Inbound pass falls out of the hands. Danny Garner comes up with it. Let's talk about Danny Garner. The last few weeks, her game point average has gone up 2 points. And that's over games. That's a lot. Liava'a in and out and back in again. A little jumper in the key. That's her first bucket of the night. But Danny Garner has really had amazing games the last couple weeks to go to 9 points average.
Yeah, to move that average is a lot of work.
A lot of work.
People think it's easy. 2 points, what's that got to be? But it's a lot to move an average.
30-second timeout called by Spanish Fork. Head coach Brinley Nielsen wants to talk to her team. Here's a replay of that Philly Liava'a 5-foot jumper fadeaway. Philly Liava'a herself, Corey, 7 points a game, 6 assists a game. You're talking about one of the top
and still a junior
point guards in the state. And
more to
go.
go.
Junior, yes. I talked to Philly this week, and obviously they're really, really, really hoping for the region title. It's just been a dream. I know Audrey Hull has talked about it many times and just what she needed to do for this team to win a region title, but Philly was so focused. She says everyone is so focused this week to get that region title. Shot underneath and an offensive board. That's Starley. Starley has at least 4 offensive boards. Shot up and fouled is number 32, Eden Erickson. Erickson's been a little quiet. She is one of their top scorers, 9 points a game. And she will shoot 2. Erickson doesn't show the size, height for everybody on this group, but she looks like she's at least 5'10". Starley looks like she's maybe a little taller, maybe 5'11", and I could be wrong, of course. Hits the second. Erickson with her first point of the night. Little full court pressure from Spanish Fork. Wow.
Oh, she didn't put it back down, though.
I agree with you.
I thought she kept her pivot. It was the back foot. She lifted it, but she never put it back down.
And that would still only be 2 steps. Interesting. We were just saying earlier.
Until that foot touches the ground again.
It's like a referee thinks that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Another steal by Wasatch.
It's the pressure.
This is what Wasatch has done to teams all season long.
And Spanish has done really well in the half-court sets on both sides, offense and defense. They've done really well from the free throw line. If they could get it into a half-court game and get to the line, they've...
Danny Garner with the pass from Liava'a is going to get... Feely's going to get the board, but they're going to call a foul on her on the rebound, trying to get position. I just thought that was good positioning.
So did I. She got the inside, and she had her on her back hip, and
Yeah, the other player
and
was
went pretty
not in
straight
front
up.
of
She
her.
didn't
I would
move
have
her.
thought if somebody is in front of you and you're behind, but soft shot by Erickson, no good. Got pulled down by Kate Miller. 4:30 left here in the first half. Wasatch up 20-10. Wasatch only with one bucket here in the second quarter and still maintaining this lead.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for Spanish.
Yes. Spanish actually winning the quarter right now, 4-2. Shot another good
See, and I
look.
like that. I like that aggressive take going to the rim.
Yes.
You've done well from the free throw line, and the refs have called some weird calls. Make them make another one.
Andy Garner, pump fake, scored. No, it came off the rim.
Oh,
Boy.
great pump fake and footwork.
Garner did the work. And another big rebound by Starley. Starley, to me, looks like for Spanish Fork, could be a great player. She's a senior, but she looks like she has just been able to body up really well. Already a few rebounds and already a bucket. She actually has 3. No, her number's not up there. I thought she had a couple buckets already, but in that first quarter. 20-10, 3:40 now left here in the first half. Peyton Banky's going to drive, use the left hand off the
Love
glass.
the left.
Bucket.
She had a little step away to create some separation from the defender. Just nice touch. She's on tonight.
That time, Spanish was able to break the press.
But see, it's the aggressiveness going in and taking it at the rim that's going to get them that reward.
And that's what, there's
And-
that replay of Banky. That is a great shot.
Yeah, that little step away to create a little bit of separation. And that's 5 fouls on Wasatch to 0. So they're shooting from here on out.
Spanish Fork will get 2 foul shots, every foul for the next 3 minutes and 21 seconds.
And when a team is playing aggressive defense like Wasatch is, it's not a real big surprise to see a foul disparity like that. It doesn't really mean much in my mind in this style of a game, because they are playing very aggressive on defense. You're gonna get some calls. And if Spanish Fork, the Dons, can somehow capitalize on that and just can get it into this half-court set and just attack the rim and get a line, they could close this gap without taking any time off the clock.
But so far, Spanish still down 11, 22-11. Peyton Banky with another open 3, no good. And there's Starley again with a board. Down low, beautiful pass. No good, almost in. That's another player on the roster that we don't have, number 33. Just had that shot a little strong after a beautiful pass. Pass down low. Oh, and they're going to call a travel on Richens. Richens was able to get it down to Spariton, who looked like for sure was going to get a layup, but a turnover for Wasatch. 2:40 left here in the first half of this Region 7 matchup, featuring the first place Wasatch Wasps and the last place Spanish Fork Dons. All the teams, Corey, we were talking about Region 7 next year is going to look a little different. Couple of new teams entering Region 7. Payson High School, who's been in the region before.
Wasatch should be familiar with Payson, and they've been in this region.
Yes.
Kind of bouncing back and forth.
Yeah. And we were attributing that to a little bit of growth probably out there in that part of the Utah County. The other team that's new is a big surprise. Dropping from 6A down to 5A is Pleasant Grove High School. Will be in Region 7
and
next
they've been
year.
known to be very competitive in their sports at
for sure
at 6A.
Yes.
So that'll be a tough one.
Shot good. That's Anna Greenwell. A little 7-foot
very pretty shot.
Baseline shot. Greenwell's just another one of those great players that just gets hustle points, gets the bucket when needed.
They are handling the pressure a lot better
Three-pointer good. That's Alexis Branch. Branch. That's her first three-pointer of the night. I believe she has 5 points. Anna Greenwell's going to take a three-pointer just off the mark. And another rebound for Starley. And they're going to give that foul. They're going to give the foul to Richens. Richens is not happy about it. That's going to be at least 2 on her. Oh, no, it only shows 0 on the board, so that'll be her first. And Spanish Fork will get free throws. That's another player we don't have on the roster. That's number 2.
Man, watching that replay, I don't know.
It's tough.
Wasatch has got some tough breaks on calls, I feel, tonight, but I like their approach at it. You adjust to however the game is being called, and I think they've done well at that and keeping their head up and not getting focused on that and complaining. And
Kate Miller gets the ball down low to Speridan. Speridan battles and gets the bucket. I would not have been surprised at an and one there. And then they call the foul there.
Yeah. And that's that aggressiveness on the defense. It's getting those foul calls, keeping them at the line.
Philly Liava'a now with 2 fouls. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. 11 seconds left here in the first half. I wouldn't imagine that would be a big worry at this point.
Yeah, especially,
But they are going to bring her
just to be sure. You got enough other seniors even that Coach Hull's doing a really good job of rotating through. And
again, that's number 2 that we don't have a name for on the Spanish Fork roster. Hit the first free throw, but missed the second. 26-16 is the Wasatch lead. Banky has the ball knocked out of her hands again. Starling, but again, Kate Miller ends up with it and passes, and no one there. Great
I think Dawn stepped right in between that and created blocked it in the vision, and so she didn't see the ball coming across. But I like the idea.
45 seconds left in the half. Spanish with an opportunity here. That's a three-pointer. No good. Boy, wide open was Erickson. Wasatch now 35 seconds left here in the first half. And an opportunity to widen. Banky's going to take that open three.
Yep.
Good.
And they've changed since the first quarter. They were fighting over the top of all those. Since they have been going under the screens, and I'm like, that could come to bite them. And Peyton, sure enough, shows that.
Peyton Banky, 17 points here in this first half. That bucket's good.
Nice touch off the glass.
I believe that was Alexis Branch. Branch is the top scorer. Wasatch with an opportunity. Greenwell, yes! Greenwell gets the pass from Banky.
I really thought Banky was going to try to, knowing the clock, she could hear that. She looks up at that and makes the option to make the unselfish.
I think Spanish saw that too.
Yeah.
And that left Greenwell open. A flurry of points for Wasatch at the end. 31-18 is the halftime score. Quickly, before we go to break, Corey, what did Wasatch do well there at the end of that half?
They're taking care of the ball. They didn't turn it over a lot. A little bit smarter on the pass. They had a few turnovers in the first quarter, and part of that was just trying to be more aggressive on offense, throwing it up the court, turning it over that way. I think they took care of it very well that half, or the second quarter anyway.
Spanish Fork, as you mentioned, took advantage of a couple of mistakes of Wasatch. Couple of turnovers. They kept it close. What would you say? Are they happy with their first half?
I think the changes, that timeout that Coach Nielsen called, when they were in a trap over down here, pull them in. They have handled it so much better since that. That was a wise timeout. A good job. They're handling that pressure very, very well. Offensively, handle that and just keep being aggressive going to the rim and getting to the line.
31-18 is the lead for Wasatch. We'll take a break here at the halftime. Thanks for joining us here on StingTV. And we'll be back with the second half right after this.
Yeah. 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 City going up, so you better buzz. When it really wanna us, really spilling blood. Everybody tough, till they gotta go and see the judge. You better hush. Remember growing up, all I wanted was to be a thug. Wanted me a plug, to get a little bread. Shoot a couple niggas in the head, still outside. I don't hide from here for life.
Sergeant. I'm a sophomore and I play the 1, 2, and 3.
My name's Brinley and I'm a junior and I play point guard for Wasatch girls basketball.
My name is Abby Winsler. I'm a junior and I play the 3 and 4. One thing I really like about being on the team is the girls are so nice to each other. Like no matter like the age, we all just get along so well and the bus rides are so fun.
The thing I like most about the team is probably getting to know all the younger girls and just playing with everyone.
My favorite thing about the team is just how close we all are and how fun it is to hang out with everyone. This season I'm looking forward to getting to know the younger girls better and our home games.
I'm looking forward to just playing with all the girls and winning every game.
I'm looking forward to all the games coming up and our tournament that's happening in December and just being with the team. So far the team is doing pretty good. I think we'll do pretty good this year. We have a lot of good girls and we have a lot of girls.
So far we're doing really good. We're 3-0 right now.
I think we'll do good the rest of the season and it'll just be a good season.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. Fire, 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 fire. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody's no sympathy. I'll take away the pain, I'll give you everything. I just wanna see you win, wanna see.
If this world were
When
mine.
you ride it, slide.
Baby, you would stop, strike, close, and I'm with you, everything goes. Come and put that on my soul.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman.
Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you. Come on, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'.
Welcome back here to Wasatch High School. Ladies, the Lady Wasps, on a mission to win their first outright region title in the 5A, and we're still not sure when the last one was. We're still checking on that. Wasatch up 31-18. We wanted to, before we mention that, we compliment the Spanish Fork Dons, the ladies team that's here for basketball. They just won the boys 5A wrestling this week. The Spanish Fork Dons. Wasatch High School boys finished third. And they had 5 state champions, Corey Lang. 5 all underclassmen. Steal by Leah Va'a. We'll talk more about boys wrestling, girls wrestling going on today and tomorrow. And Wasatch lady wrestlers expected to win their second, the back-to-back state championship. Soft shoot, soft floater, no good. Another rebound by Starley.
The girls wrestling is really dominating. They're nationally ranked right now.
That's what you reported that today in your TV class. Starling, just exactly what I think she should do every time, Corey. Starling has the strength and the quickness to do that. She scores first here in the second half. On StingTV News today, they announced that the Lady Wasp wrestling team is 30th in the nation, which is amazing. Feely Liava'a, the three-pointer, no good. Greenwell comes down with the board. She is slapped back and forth finally.
And I don't mind that three from Feely. She can definitely hit that shot. But that shot is a result of the defense that Spanish Fork is playing right now.
Gotcha.
They're really there. They fought over the screen. They knew the screen was even coming. They played over. They're playing up tight. Where Feely, it was kind of like, well, I'll just take this then. But Spanish Fork Dons have come out.
Clark's going to take the three-pointer, no good. But Greenwell with another offensive board. Peyton Banky says, thank you very much.
Yeah, that is one shooter you do not want to leave.
How is that wide open? Banky, that's her 4th three-pointer. She is a 20-point night. We're only barely in the third quarter. Banky gets it over to Sissy Clark. Cicely Clark, couple of plays. There are 2 steals here early on, and Wasatch builds their lead to 16. Starling once again with a great pass from Erickson. Same thing, that could go back and forth if they don't do something to stop Starling. She's now, doesn't show her on the board. It shows her with 4 points. She's got to have more than 4. I thought she had 4 in the first quarter. Peyton Banky has that shot blocked. Clark's going to take another 3 off the front rim. Greenwell again. 3 in a row offensive boards. Feely's going to drive baseline. Has her shot blocked. She tried to do a
that was a
baseline
really hard
reverse.
angle. She was way behind the backboard. Would have been a tough one just to get even the angle to the rim, but
I believe that was Starling again with the blocked shot.
oh, they have the offside.
Down low, that shot is no good. We got number 33. Starling battles. It's a battle underneath. Again, Greenwell in that mix. Unbelievable. So far this half, Greenwell's winning the rebound battle for both teams. Although Starling has definitely played her part. Starling's going to take a break. Come on the bench, as is Mihaela Speridon. Speridon's going to take a breather. Into the game is Danny Garner. Garner and Greenwell are the posts. Cicely Clark bringing up the ball as a point with Peyton Banky. Banky finds herself. They almost got open for that 3. She gets it down low to Garner. Garner thought that Banky was going. Liava'a got that drive off. Here's Cicely Clark's going to drive. She gets fouled. I don't think they're going to give her free throws. Foul's going to be charged to the Dons. That's number 33. We did find the number, Camry Robinson. At least that's the roster on. And the shot no good, pulled down by Robinson. There's a three-pointer, short. Peyton Banky, she's going to run down. It's a 3-on-2, and she tries to go in, but she gets bumped. I'm
Yeah,
glad
get
they
some
called
contact.
that. Yeah. And I think that's all you can do. I think that's Roberts just like, I'm just going to get in front of you, which is what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to stop the ball. So they're not gonna say it was a shot. I didn't think it was either.
Yeah.
So Wasatch will have the ball under their own basket. Checking in is Kate Miller. Fili Leava'a is going to take a break. Comes down to the bench.
Great
Pass
break back.
up to Peyton Banky. No call. Wasatch driving. Greenwell settles the difference.
She is shooting well tonight and such a pretty soft shot.
And it's like, I think she has that very often. Greenwell, it's showing 4. I thought that would be, it is 6 now.
Yeah.
6 for Greenwell. Almost equal number of rebounds here in the second half as well for Greenwell. The trap press is broken. Shot up, good. I thought that was in. Sorry. Erickson had that shot pretty good. Danny Garner.
Another good look at it, though.
Yes. 38-22. 16-point lead is the largest of the night for Wasatch. It looked like Clark was trying to get it in down low to Garner. Pass is deflected. Garner ends up with it. It's blocked. They're going to say that shot was blocked. Peyton Banky, three-pointer, in and out. Garner doesn't get, but Greenwell ends up with it again. And I think they're going to call, a foul on number 2. That's Idri Jacobson. I had to find what these names were of the roster girls that we didn't have. Idri, I believe, is how you pronounce it.
As we see that. Yeah,
Adri?
it just came down on top of her.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Hustle play. Cicely Clark takes another 3. No good. Once again, Greenwell with the board. What is she doing that she's getting so many offensive boards?
Some people just put themselves in the right spot. Right? And I think part of that is there's so many threats on the floor that, she's unaccounted for when that ball goes up, and then she's just in the right spot. And
some long arms doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And she jumps really well. So they get the ball down low.
I like
to
the
Sparidan, left hand, no good. She'll get the foul shots. Foul's going to be charged to Camry Robinson. And I don't know if it's Camry or Camry. It's spelled Kamrey. It's got to be Camry. Camry Robinson. That's her second personal foul. First shot by Sparidan, no good at the free throw line. Sparidan herself, her 12 points a game.
She's such a solid player. Not a lot of weaknesses in her game.
Sparidan, I would think, if there was a weakness, it's that I just love her to get a little more confidence to know that she could do that little spin move underneath the basket. She has a great soft, straight shot. But her work, there's a shot off quickly. That's good. That's Audrey Jacobson. 39-24.
There it is.
Again down low. Oh, they're going to call that.
I thought she had it. That was a well defended because she definitely had the step, and they had to break the miss. They let her go. Boy, that recovery by the Dons was just spectacular.
Whoa.
Little high bounce.
Erickson gets it down low. That's knocked out of bounds by Garner. 24, Addison William was down all by herself. Garner stepped in quick to knock it out of bounds. (24-39), Spanish Fort down. That's an open 3 off the mark. Sparidan, somebody's shoe has come off. It looks like that's going to be William's shoe got stepped on and removed. So the referees were going to, how's that work, Corey?
If it's in the if it's in the play, and it was like right at the ball,
And if
right at
there
her
wasn't
feet.
a fast break going,
Yeah.
right? If there's
So
a
if it's
fast
affecting
break,
the play or could damage, it also is the judge or the judges, the ref's judgment call. If it was a fast break, they'd probably let that play go on and the shoes down the other end.
yes. Okay.
If it doesn't have an impact on the game,
Beautiful. Oh, call an offensive
great position
foul.
though.
That was a well-run play by Wasatch, but you're right. It looked like William just got there set. Here's the replay on that.
Good thing she got her shoes on.
William.
See, I felt like there was a little reach in there. She did get set, but I felt like she reached.
Turnover quickly by Banky. Gets it to Miller.
And this is what Wasatch did so well in the first with this pressure. Let the defense create the offense.
The full court. It's more of a full court pressure. It seemed like before it was three-quarter court. Erickson's shot, no good, no call. Looked
Yeah,
like
might
she
have got away with a little contact on that.
And Wasatch will come down with it. 41-24. Wasatch showing their strength right now. Spariton's going to drive, goes to the hoop. Well defended, but all you can do. And that's what Spariton, you mentioned it the other game, if she goes straight to the hoop and not falling away, that's what it looked like she did better there.
Yeah. Much better, going through the defender and going to the rim.
Spariton will shoot 2. The foul was charged to Gwilliam. And again, Gwilliam did all she could. Stop otherwise that was going to be an easy layup. Spariton, one of the young superstars of this league, only a sophomore. There's that drive.
See how she was going through the arms of the defender instead of trying to fade away. And she's got such a soft touch on her free throws.
Spariton hits both. The largest lead of the night, 19 points. Wasatch up over Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork gets it down low to Starley. Starley gives it off, shot up, and they're going to call the foul. That was the pass from Starley, made that play. She's going to give it to number 3, Alexis Branch, and they had to foul her. Otherwise, she had an open layup. Branch at the line for 2. Branch has 5 points. It's the first. The Lady Wasps, I've sent a text. I'm trying to find out what the region championship situation is. I know there's state championship banners up there. Girls basketball won some state championships back in the 90s, I believe it was.
They had some early 2000s as well.
Anna Greenwell this time misses. Philly Leava'a with the hustle rebound. And Wasatch gets a new shot clock. Spariton, spin move, defended by Starling. Starley went up for the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. So Wasatch couldn't quite convert there, but they'll have a chance under their own basket. Richens thought about that 3, kicks it out to Leava'a. Philly's going to take the soft 4-footer. Good.
Great finish.
She's done it leaning. She's done it fading.
With a mask on, a knee brace on.
That's right.
She puts it all out there every night.
Starley, another offensive board, and that's put back in quickly by Jacobson. Brings Spanish Fork back within 17. 27 seconds left. Kate Miller had wide open daylight. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Wasatch going to try to get down to one shot unless Philly finds a place. Spariton with the offensive board and puts it back. 10 seconds, 7 seconds. Spanish has an opportunity here. Three-pointer wide open, in and out. Starley almost with the board. Boy, Spanish had the look.
Yeah, they had a great look at the 3, but the follow-up by Mihaela there. A lot of players won't do that. They'll set the screen, especially when it's a good player like Feely that's attacking the rim.
Yes.
But she follows it, cleans it up. Great play by her.
47-28 is the lead. Thanks for joining us here on StingTV. We'll take a break here between quarters. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Wasatch wanting to win this Region 7 championship. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter right after this. Back to the fourth quarter. Open three. Boy, they've had a few good looks there, Corey. Starley again. That's going to be a jump ball. It's Philly Leava'a blocked the shot attempt by Starley. Hustle play again. How do you do that on a stat? That's just an important play to get in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
block the shot.
intangibles that just don't go down in a stat sheet anywhere.
That's right. What do you call that, a stat? A tie-up. Feely gets it in. Wasatch, and you know Peyton Banky gets that look. She kicks it off. Greenwell's going to take a 10-footer. Good! Greenwell most definitely tonight the player off the bench award so far. 8 points.
Yeah.
Feely Leava'a with the steal. Wasatch going for the jugular here. Up 50. Three-pointer. No good by Banky.
And
another offensive board by Greenwell. Oh, and they're going to call a travel on Peyton Banky. Banky's wondering how that happened.
I just didn't see it.
Greenwell easily, I've been yelling out offensive board 5 or 6 times just in this half. Ball drop, but bounces in back into the hands of Spanish Fort. It is a 22-point lead for Wasatch. Down low, nice move, no good. That was a shot by Bella Cox.
And another
Cox.
rebound by Greenwell.
And another rebound by Greenwell.
She's playing very, very well tonight.
I would say Greenwell potentially is leading the team in, for sure, in rebounds.
I don't know what her shooting percentage is tonight either, but I don't remember even seeing her miss.
Greenwell again. Greenwell, 10 points. And you're right.
I think she's 5 for 5, maybe. Maybe
think
one
she
in there.
might have missed one earlier. Leava'a again with the steal. She's going to go coast to coast and the layup. Philly Leava'a. And boy, I think you can see a little bit of body language. Spanish Fort gets the open three, no good. Rebound, Peyton Banky. Banky's going to get it down quick to Cicely Clark. Clark that time did get slapped, it looked like. And the foul is going to be charged to Olivia Roberts. Roberts actually has 3 fouls, and Spanish Fort now has 2 players, 2 starters with 3 fouls. 6 minutes left in the game. 3 fouls wouldn't be too much of a concern. Back into the game is Richens. Richens, Clark, and Banky are the 3 guards. Danny Garner and Greenwell are the forwards. Clark gonna drive. Shot is up, and somehow it lands.
How did she get that ball up above the rim? Just the right English, just the right angle.
Little Seth Curry magic. I guess I should be using a WNBA player's name. Here comes Wasatch. Wasatch not slowing down. 56-28. 28-point lead. Richens in the key, kicks it out. Greenwell. Richens, soft shot, no good in the key, but she gets the, no, it ends up with Spanish Fork. Audrey Anderson with that rebound, but they throw it away. And here comes Wasatch. I think that was a kick out for sure. Another drive by Cicely Clark. This time no good. It lands in Anderson's hands again. And Spanish will have an opportunity. 4:50 left in this game. There is a Region 7 trophy on the score table. Drive, that shot is blocked. The drive by Branch, it was blocked by Garner. Wasatch looking to make this a 30-point lead. No good shot by Garner. And Spanish Fork. As we mentioned, Spanish Fork ladies, the Lady Dons have had a tough season. They almost knocked off Maple Mountain the other night, a really good team. Maple beat Salem this last week, but Spanish Fork almost with the upset. Other than that, their last couple weeks, they've been average loss per game is about 22 points. Kate, drive, no good. That's Kate.
Almost gets it to fall in with it.
Richens, I love seeing that. I actually wish she would do that a little more often.
She's got the ability for sure.
Yes, she does.
And that's so hard on this team of what threat.
Yes,
what,
right.
I mean, pick your
Right.
poison, you know.
Richens at the line. This is the first. Richens is going to be missed by this team, the seniors. Anna Greenwell comes off, gets a hand from the parents, as does Peyton Banky. Those are the two top scorers right there, Corey, for Wasatch tonight. Banky with 20, and Greenwell, they're going to say Richens stepped on the line, unfortunate. And Greenwell with 10. Spariton 7 points here in the second half. Right now, these teams just playing for stats at the moment. Wasatch fiercely wanting to win this Region 7 championship. Wide open shot, no good. Spariton again with the rebound. Looking at this game, you know that they want to win region, Corey, obviously. But you got to think also they're looking down. The state tournament starts next week. We'll talk about that in a minute. We have the schedule. We know when Wasatch is going to play. It will be a home game. The first round, they get a bye on Tuesday night. So they won't be playing Tuesday night, but they will be playing Thursday the 20th. You can put that on your calendar, folks. Wasatch will play. They will host. Whether right now they're number 2 in the RPI with a win tonight, they'll stay number 2 unless something crazy were to happen with West High School. West has been number 1 the entire season. There's a steal by Philly Leava'a. Wasatch has numbers 3 behind the back pass. In and out. It's the shot by Miller. Philly Leava'a gets the offensive board. Spariton cleans it up. Offensive board and bucket. It is a 30-point lead for the first time tonight. Checking into the game is Coberline. Coberline and Gakey and Homer. Coming off, getting a hand is Spariton, Garner, and Leava'a. Referees having to tell the players to tuck in their shirts. It's a thing to tuck it in, but you got to have it also rolled over the top. I learned that. So.
Well, we used to see roll the shorts even, you know, you'd roll them down and show that.
Open 3. 3-pointer no good. It's going to go saved. And here comes Wasatch. Cicely Clark gets it down low. That is Homer.
Just a little patience with it pays off.
Chloe Homer with the bucket. Coberline was so happy for Homer making that shot. There's the drive.
Good
Dished
dish.
off well. Bella Cox had open look. And they're going to call a foul against Spanish Fork. I guess they're going to call that on the rebound.
Yeah.
All right, foul's going to go to Bella Cox.
And I watched it. She had the position. She was, I don't know, a couple people going for a rebound. And
Wait.
they didn't end up with, the Dons didn't end up with it. And so I felt like, no call, no advantage.
But there was no arguing
Yeah.
on that play. They're going to call 3 seconds on Coberline.
Oh, dear.
I haven't seen that almost all season. Coberline, one of the graduating seniors. They had a great presentation and honoring of the seniors. The underclassmen actually read the memorial. That's a steal by Wasatch. Cicely Clark definitely has her. That was a steal by Spanish Fork and a foul by Richens. After the steal, the underclassmen took the mic and actually read about and honoring the senior, each different underclassman for each senior, and it was a beautiful presentation. 3-pointer up, good.
Why not? You give me that space, I'll take it.
It's another player we don't have on the roster. Her name is Savannah Staheli.
I like that.
Staheli's a junior. Hit the three. 31-60. Spanish Fork still down. 1 minute left in this game. And Corey, my understanding is they're going to allow shot up. Good. Taya Gakey. Gake, I think is how they say it. It rhymes with cake. Her first bucket of the night. 3-point shot, no good. I think both teams, Spanish Fork, a couple of their players that have not played much into the game. There's a foul. That's going to be Rexy Rosima.
Takes a little elbow to the face.
Junior. A little bit. Rexy Rosima for her first personal foul. 39 seconds left. Wasatch gets the pass in. There's actually just a 4-second differential. The shot clock and the game clock. There's a foul. I think that's going to be the second foul on Rosima. And that's going to be free throws for Wasatch. That's going to be Taya Gake. Scored a bucket a moment ago. Gake also one of the seniors. That man, they're stopping the game for a moment. A man that was in, I think he's one of the referees for the next game.
Yeah, I do too.
Was stepping off the bleachers and fell right onto the playing floor. I think he's hurting a little bit walking off.
He's got a little hobble going out the door.
Yeah. Gake hits the free throw. Yeah, they actually have
Got
it
a
on a
replay.
replay. That's an open three-pointer. No good. Three-pointer was by Aaliyah Wood. Another three-pointer, no good. Rebound. It's going to go to Wasatch. Knocked out of bounds by Bella Cox. 11 seconds left. Spanish Fork going to call off the Dons, so to speak. And Wasatch will let this clock run out, and it will be a decisive 63-31 victory. And that's the happiness of a region champion team right there. Wasatch Lady Wasps, the Region 7 champions 2025.
In a very convincing manner.
My understanding is they'll be presented a trophy and they'll be allowed to cut the nets down. And I think they are looking forward to it. And the announcer just announcing
That's a special
to the
night.
crowd.
Special night for these girls. It's something that they'll remember. Cutting the nets down, and
Brad Foster's saying that they won region last year. My understanding was
I thought it was a joint.
They were tied. It was tied with Timpview, but I thought they were actually listed as second, and that for some reason there was I don't know how that works. In either case,
I think when you have tied records, it goes to points allowed.
And I don't know if they do that in region. Maybe they were co-region champions last year. So.
Yeah, I think so.
Audrey Hull, we just don't talk about her enough. Corey, what are just a few of the things that Audrey Hull has created here to make a winning program here at Wasatch High School?
I'm just trying to think back before. I mean, I think the overall caliber of the players has improved dramatically. Talking to her first season, she had a lot of frustration with just fundamental stuff, shooting and ball handling, dribbling, things like that she really felt like she needed to focus on more that year to get everybody through the whole program up to her standards on those things. And I feel like she's done that well. And we talked about it a little bit when watching them come out on the court. Pick your poison, because they're all so fundamentally sound. They know those things, and she does that very, very well.
And that's what she's taught the girls. So she started early. I know she has a youth program, right?
Shooting clinics and lots of footwork stuff, and she's surrounded herself with great coaches that have done a lot of that work for her.
That was the part I was going to mention. It seems like she's got the respect of some great, great coaches.
Yeah, she's got a few.
She had her choice of.
A few on the bench with her that have really done a great job at. And you've got a few players that they bring that. Like, they've put in the work on their own outside of team time, and it shows. And I think when you get a couple of players that do that, it's contagious, and they get competitive. And, well, if she's put in that work, and I'm going to put in that work, and all of a sudden it's 7, 8 people in the gym instead of
right.
So she's created a culture, or at least has the benefit of having a culture here of some players like that are really competitive and want to put in the extra time, and the younger ones see that, and then now it can feed itself and start to sustain as a program rather than just a person.
It shows the players seem to like Audrey Hull. and I mean, it shows, you have a few seniors here that have not played a lot this season, and yet so loyal, so strong, always fighting hard. And when they do get in the games, they are full force, everything they got. And I think that only comes from respecting what I would think the authority and the teacher. And that's what you were just saying a moment ago is what she's created in a winning atmosphere. Well, I'm not sure. I thought I'd heard they were presenting the trophy.
Yeah, the boys are warming up. It doesn't look like we're going to cut anything down anyway, but.
Well, and again, I think, I don't know, maybe that was just the players hoping to do something like that, but it seems like I saw that a few years back. Somebody here.
Oh, I have seen it.
That they cut the nets down, that they were able to do that. So
it's tough to do when you have a boys game right behind it.
Yeah,
20
really
minutes,
hard.
and because it's one thing to cut it down and you try to give everybody a snip, but you got to string one back up.
Right. Well, and so we're not sure. In either case, big night tonight for Wasatch Lady Was. They are region champions, Region 7 champions by themselves. 20 points for senior phenom Peyton Banky, 4 3-pointers. And a big night from her, as has been always the case this season. A big night also from, we're going to call her the off the player of the bench night, Anna Greenwell. Greenwell, a junior, and that has been her role. She's come off the bench and been able to always give quality time. Easily her best night of the season with her 10 points. I'm guessing double-digit rebounds also. And
double-double, I'm going to call it.
Double-double, there you go.
Unofficial double-double by Anna Greenwell.
Another fantastic game from Philly Leava'a. 6 points, multiple steals, multiple assists, and you just kind of expect that from her. And then another quiet, heroic night. Danny Garner and, of course, Mihaela Speridan, both players of, I think, obviously Speridan's going to get some recognition postseason. I think Garner needs to have a little recognition. She has hurt teams quietly when they're and Inky player you like to have. So the victory, 63-31, Wasatch Lady Wasps, region champs. And this is not the final game of the season. They, as we mentioned, the state tournament begins next week. Lady Wasps will get a bye in the first round. That's on Tuesday night, meaning that's when the other teams are playing in the first round. And then they will play, and we don't know who they will play. They will play, I was looking at the teams. It could be somebody like Alta. It could be somebody like West Jordan. There were a few teams in that mix that are all in that 17, 18, somewhere in there, 14, 15, and it just depends on the winner of those games. Will be coming here to Wasatch to play in the second round. And, Wasatch they did lose the one game here at home this season to Salem, but otherwise they have been very strong at home, Corey. So you're looking at, now it's the big time. The number one team in the state, as we mentioned earlier, West High School. They have been all season, and depending on what they're doing this week, of course, I don't particularly imagine, even with a loss of West, they're still a couple of points ahead of Wasatch in that second. And so I do not believe there would be a change there. I believe no matter what, Wasatch is going to be number 2, and West will be number 1. So for Corey Lang and the gang, well done again, guys. I'm Brent Martindale for StingTV. We congratulate the Lady Wasps on a Region 7 championship. Final score once again, 63-31 over the Spanish Fort Dons. Thanks for joining us, and join us again. The next home game for the Lady Wasp will be, and I should have mentioned that it'll be the 20th. That's Thursday night. But Wednesday night is the night that the boys should be playing. Theirs should be basically set.
Yeah.
We think it'll be Wednesday night that they will have their first round game. And that will be. So StingTV will be there for that as well. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on StingTV.